comfort in the fact that if we refuse the invitation to bring all of our gifts to the table, if we simply fail to show up fully for our lives, we rob ourselves of the chance, we rob other people of the chance to ridicule us. And our dreams stay protected in layers and layers of bubble wrap. We get to shelter our fragile, vulnerable hearts from attack, and we avoid the risk of shame and failure. We think we're staying safe. It took me a long time to realize this, but when this revelation finally showed up, it completely changed the game for me. Here is the bottom line, friends. Your life is calling. And it's asking you to step forward and let your light shine. We are standing in the middle of one of the most important moments in this country's history. And make no mistake, the world is in desperate need of your light. Despite our current struggles, it's an exciting time to be a woman in America, in South Carolina, in Horry County, in Myrtle Beach, in Chapin Park. Yes, there are those who would try to manipulate our fears and try to turn us against each other while cementing their power in the process. But that strategy falls apart when we embrace the power within us. Take a second and look around. We are shining our lights in every arena imaginable, from the halls of Congress to City Hall, from the boardroom to the classroom. We are exercising the power of the pen, taking our rightful places in front of and behind the camera. We're telling our stories from our points of view and rejecting the false narratives that seek to keep us in our place. We are refusing to remain silent about discrimination, sexual abuse, and assault. We are resisting the relegation to second-class status that has tried to keep us shackled for far too long. So it's fitting now that we take a moment to acknowledge just a few keepers of the light. Thank you, Ava DuVernay, for your film 13th that helped me better understand the history of racial inequality in the U.S. Thank you, Michelle Alexander, for birthing your book, The New Jim Crow, which helped explain why our prisons are overflowing with black men. Thank you, Tarana Burke, for helping start the hashtag #MeToo movement and giving voice to so many voiceless survivors of sexual misconduct. Thank you, Stacey Abrams and Robin Gause and Barbara Bellamy and Brenda Bethune for stepping into a challenging political arena and making your voice heard and your presence known. And thank you, Beyonce, Queen B, for being so unapologetically woman with a capital W. And thank you, Serena Williams, for being the greatest of all time. And thank you to the countless women who step forward, speak out, and courageously keep it real every day, all over this country. Thank you, RBG. You inspire and empower us all. There's no denying it. Just look around. Our lights are shining brighter than ever. So now, all that being said, let me ask you a personal question. Are you going to be neutralized by fear, or are you going to shine your light? The choice is yours, and the answer is critical. Because as long as there are black and brown children in our high schools who have yet to learn how to read, we need your light. As long as black South Carolina students are suspended and expelled from school 3 times more often than their white counterparts, 6 times more often in Horry County, we need your light. As long as 47% of kids sent to alternative school are black, despite being 20% of the student population in Horry County schools, we need your light. As long as an immigrant mother's baby is held in a cage at the border, we need your light. As long as a hand up to the poor is seen as a hand out, we need your light. As long as the lack of health care prevents a mother from taking her sick child to the doctor, as long as a mother has to shed tears over her teenage son's grave, as long as gun violence remains unchecked, as long as protecting our environment is not a priority, we need you to shine your light. We are standing at the crossroads in history. This is our opportunity to make an impact, to set things right, to steer our ship toward justice, moral integrity, truth, equity, valor, to cast out darkness in every corner of our community. This is our moment to do the right thing. So I encourage you, like I'm encouraging myself in this exceptional moment, let us do the work. Let us examine the fears that are holding us back and make a commitment to shine our light. Over the years, I found out that after the commitment comes the test, and there will most assuredly be days when we doubt our own sanity and consider retreat. When you get to that point, I hope you will remember that we shine our lights, not just for us, but for those whose lights was extinguished far too soon. Yet the power of their spirits continue to illuminate the path. On the very hard days, just pause and speak their names. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, the Emmanuel Nine, Cynthia Hurd, Susie Jackson, Ethel Lance, DePayne Middleton Doctor, Clementa Pinckney, Tywanza Sanders, Daniel Simmons, Sharonda Coleman Singleton, and Myra Thompson. And don't forget that the next generation of courageous women warriors, they are looking at us, looking for us, and looking to us. Let your light be your legacy and your gift to them. And let us teach them by our actions what Dr. King taught in a sermon he gave in 1957. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Keep shining your light and be blessed.